Hello, and welcome to AHN's election night. Tonight we have Democrat John F. Kennedy taking on Republican Ronald Reagan. It is now 7 p.m. and we have the first poll closings. AHN News can now project that Ronald Reagan will carry the state of Georgia with its 16 electoral votes. AHN can also project that Reagan will also carry Indiana with its 11 electoral votes. Kentucky will also vote in favor of the Reagan campaign with its 8 electoral votes going to the Republicans. And yet another victory for Mr. Reagan, as South Carolina is going to Ronald Reagan with its 9 electoral votes. And the first win for the Democrats, as John F. Kennedy will carry the state of Vermont with its 3 electoral votes. And the final of the 7 p.m. poll closings has Reagan winning the state of Virginia with its 13 electoral votes. And as you can see our electoral map, Reagan is winning so far with 57 electoral votes to JFK's 3. It is now 7:30 p.m. Eastern and we can now make projections for 3 states. We can now project that John F. Kennedy has won the state of North Carolina with its 15 electoral votes. We can also project that Ronald Reagan has won Ohio with its 18 electoral votes. Our final projection for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings is that Ronald Reagan will carry West Virginia with its 5 electoral votes. And now we look at our updated electoral map, as Ronald Reagan still is holding on to his wide lead as he has 80 electoral votes to JFK's 18. It is now 8 p.m. as we have many states to call here. First up, we can now project that Ronald Reagan will carry the state of Alabama with its 9 electoral votes. This was closer than expected with the recent Senate election in 2017. Next we can project that JFK will win Connecticut with its 7 electoral votes. And Delaware will go to John F. Kennedy with its 3 electoral votes. Major projection here, Ronald Reagan will win the state of Florida with its 29 electoral votes. Another big projection, as Ronald Reagan will carry his home state of Illinois with its 20 electoral votes. And Maine will go to the Kennedy campaign with its 4 electoral votes. Not a big surprise here, as JFK takes Maryland, the most Democratic state in the country, with its 10 electoral votes. Another win for Kennedy as he takes his home state of Massachusetts. And Mississippi has gone to Mr. Reagan with its 9 electoral votes. Missouri has also gone to the Reagans with its 10 electoral votes. New Hampshire has gone to John F. Kennedy with its 4 electoral votes. New Jersey will also go to Kennedy with its 14 electoral votes. A big win for Mr. Kennedy. We can now project that Oklahoma will go to Ronald Reagan with its 7 electoral votes. Huge projection here, as we can now project that John F. Kennedy has won the state of Pennsylvania, a huge win for the Kennedy campaign. Rhode Island will also go to John F. Kennedy with its 4 electoral votes. We can also project that Ronald Reagan will win Tennessee with its 11 electoral votes. Not a surprise here, as Washington, D.C. goes to John F. Kennedy with its 3 electoral votes. And now we take a look at our electoral map as of 8 p.m. Eastern. Reagan still holding on to that lead with 172 electoral votes out of the 270 needed to win. It is now time for the 8:30 p.m. poll closings, with only one state closing its polls. And we will project that Ronald Reagan will win Arkansas with its 6 electoral votes. 9 p.m. Eastern, and we have a whole bunch of projections to get through. And we can now project that Arizona will go to Ronald Reagan with its 11 electoral votes. And a huge flip here, as Colorado will go to Ronald Reagan with its 9 electoral votes. And Kansas will go to Ronald Reagan as well with its 6 electoral votes. And Ronald Reagan will win the state of Louisiana with its 8 electoral votes. And another huge win for Ronald Reagan, as he will carry the state of Michigan. And Minnesota will go to JFK with its 10 electoral votes. finally a win for the struggling Kennedy campaign, and Ronald Reagan will carry the state of Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes. And Reagan will also carry New Mexico with its 5 electoral votes. And a much-needed win for Mr. John F. Kennedy, as the state of New York will go to him. And Ronald Reagan is closing in on a victory, with the state of North Dakota going Republican with its 3 electoral votes. And South Dakota will also go to Reagan with its 3 electoral votes. And the state of Texas will obviously go to Ronald Reagan with its 38 electoral votes. And the state of Wisconsin will also go to Ronald Reagan with its 10 electoral votes. And finally, for the 9 p.m. projections, Wyoming will go to Ronald Reagan with its 3 electoral votes. As we take a look at the electoral map, as JFK has 137 electoral votes and Ronald Reagan has 295 electoral votes, and has surpassed the 270 needed to win, which means that Ronald Reagan will be the next president of the United States of America. Stay tuned for more poll closings and President-elect Reagan's victory speech. It is now 10 p.m. Eastern, and with the race already called, we will go through more poll closings to finish off this election. And we can now project that President-elect Reagan will win Iowa with its 6 electoral votes. And the President-elect has also won the state of Montana with its 3 electoral votes. He will also win Nevada with its 6 electoral votes. And finally, President-elect Reagan will win the state of Utah. And we will take another look at the electoral map, as Reagan has a huge lead here with 316 electoral votes to JFK's 137. And we have some breaking news here. John F. Kennedy has called Ronald Reagan and has conceded the election to Mr. Reagan. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern, as we have 5 states to call here. And we can now project that John F. Kennedy will win the state of California with its 55 electoral votes. We will also project that John F. Kennedy will win Hawaii with its 4 electoral votes. And we will now project that Ronald Reagan will win Idaho with its 4 electoral votes. We can also project that John F. Kennedy will win Oregon with its 7 electoral votes. JFK will also carry the state of Washington with its 12 electoral votes. It is now 12:30 a.m. Eastern, and we can finally call the last state, as Alaska's polls have closed. And our final projection is that Ronald Reagan will win the state of Alaska with its 3 electoral votes, capping off this election. And we will take one final look at our electoral map as it is completed. Ronald Reagan wins the election with 323 electoral votes to JFK's 215 votes. Thank you for watching this election, and have a good night.